and actually be doing everything legit, but then not really doing as much as they could and kind of just coasting along. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right,
Maybe having a job, but at the same time knowing that you have the interpersonal skills and other skills where you should be probably making 50% more than what you've been making, or 75% more what you've been making. It's just a matter of crafting a career path instead of just kind of being stuck in one place. So I think our overall image of ourselves is what plays a lot into why a lot of black men, are kind of like stuck in a lot of areas.
right. Um, so I want to take this to like modern, like how we see people coming out like Charleston White, and his message and what he stands for and how he did things that was not of the norm and for a black man to do. Like I'm gonna call the police if I see a dude doing this or something like that. What are your thoughts on people like Charleston White?
Um, well, I really don't have a ton of thoughts on him. I mean, I've caught some of his stuff when COVID started and all that, like everybody else. I listened to some of his interviews. I thought it was a point where he was definitely entertaining and provocative. I think a lot of what I think people are kind of used to what he does now, though. And so, I think a lot of that has kind of worn off a little. But in terms of his overall messages that he puts out there, certain things I actually probably do, share certain views on, but just even like you used as an example of trying to clean up communities, I'm definitely not one that's for, letting chaos and all types of havoc go on within the area that I live in. You know what I'm saying? I think that if black men were more strict with each other and had a more strict code of conduct and standard, then we probably wouldn't have even had a lot of the issues that we see within the black community over the years and that we see going on. So, I'm very stern about a lot of things. I mean, you leave it up to me, we'd probably be like on some ancient Israel type stuff. But
Right, right, right.
that's
Facts.
just how I am with it, and I believe that a lot of times you have to clean up and eliminate certain people from situations in terms of, at least if nothing else, physically removing yourself from them or them getting away from certain areas so that you can create something sustainable that you can build on if they're not trying to get right. And some people I think you can work with in that regard, and some people are not really worth working with in that regard. So, that's my overall outlook on it.
Right, and like I was saying in some of my previous videos that I uploaded, I was talking about like different types of things that we are seeing that we're not. I mean, we might be used to seeing it, but guys in the 60s and the 70s, you had black man going to school to be they're taking up carpentry, they're taking up brick mason, landscaping, and they was passionate about what they did. And I'm saying more and more of communities, African American communities around the world, decreasing in value. Like, so with that being said, have you ever had you're from New York, have you ever had any type of bias or anything in particular that happened to you because you were a black man? And how did you handle it?
Well, being in Buffalo, I mean, uh, it had a reputation and probably still does as actually being one of the more segregated cities. A lot of the cities in the north are like that. I remember I went to Boston like 20 years ago, and I think they were saying like Buffalo and Boston were like top three, when it came to that, Harvard, whatever measures that they use. So, I mean, yeah, I've had definitely encounters, whether it be with the police or whether it be with just, trying to get a job or whatever it might be. Um, the police thing is a little bit more complicated. So I'll probably just, cite examples with maybe employment or maybe social opportunities. Um, I think that once they got in a room with me and were able to talk to me, whatever perspectives that they may have had, where they may have been leaning towards being discriminatory just based on the strength that I'm a black man.
That's
A lot
powerful.
of
What you that's powerful. What you just said.
yeah,
No, you just said that basically like I go through the same thing. we're black and we're looked upon because people watch the media. They're saying things that we do in our communities and stuff, and then once you get in the room, they actually see who this individual is, because all of us are different individuals. Some guys who did crazy stuff deserve to be behind bars, for what they did. And a lot of us, uh we're getting punished, or not punished, but looked upon just because the color of our skin.
Right.
It's
Right,
crazy.
man. And yeah, you know what? I mean, there's a book that I would even actually, I just actually picked up myself. It's called Black Male Studies. Um, and if I could cite the author a little bit later, I'll think about that. But even they touch on things like that, and how certain prejudices against us and things like that are shaped because of. I mean, we're a minority. For one, we don't control the wealth in our country, and subsequently we don't control the imaging. But it's still things that we can do to work around that, which is how we carry ourselves. You can always try to change things from a structural standpoint, but also a lot of times you can just change things just from your own standpoint of how you move as a person. So, like I said, with me, usually when I was able to actually articulate myself in a room, whatever it might be, whatever I was trying to do, I was able to be much more effective within certain groups than I would have been had I not been able to do that.
Right.
And I'm just glancing. I was of course having those technical difficulties earlier. I'm just glancing at the screen. I got Moneyline Parlay. You said that they copped the book. I'm just glancing at the YouTube chat. So appreciate you for that. Definitely, man. I hope you
Uh,
enjoying it too.
oh yeah, we got people in the chats, and we got people who's watching this video. Um, Guys, it don't cost a dime. Hit them thumbs up. Come on. There's multiple ways you can support this channel. We got super chats, super thanks. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing an interview with somebody and I get a super chat, it's my due diligence to split that with that person. So